Hello everybody. So today we're gonna start with the Elasticsearch. I'll explain you how the Elasticsearch works and how the Elasticsearch is helpful. And we will understand the nuances of the Elasticsearch over here. And we'll understand how we can automate the monitoring across our ecosystem. And Elasticsearch, how to start off the Elasticsearch, what are the different services are there in Elasticsearch. And we'll go through the documentation part as well, the use cases and all. Okay. So let me quickly share my screen. I believe my screen is visible. So yeah. So let's start with this. All right. So this is the Elasticsearch. Let me cancel this out. Yeah. So let me cancel this out. So what I can do is that I can simply open the Elasticsearch. All right, so this is Elasticsearch homepage. When you go over there, you can see this is the homepage of Elasticsearch, elastic.co. So just bookmark it if you need this platform. Over here, you can see
it's 7 o'clock.
So over here, you can see the different functions of the Elasticsearch, how Elasticsearch helps to build the services in Elasticsearch. How can you automate the monitoring across your ecosystem? And how can you modernize your security operations? And you can do anything with the artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. So this is the Elasticsearch homepage. So yeah, so let me quickly go into the platform and you can see the different pricing, the pricing strategies, the download and free trials. You can see the enterprise search, observability, security, cloud. So let me go to this Elastic services. Yeah. So what you can do is that in the search, you can go for a free trial or you can take a tour. You can see the blogs, you can see the videos, and also you can get the ebooks. Yeah. So these are a few use cases are there. Let me log in to this. Yeah, so you can create your login ID, you can register yourself. If you do not have an account, you can do a sign up and you can simply log in. All right, so if you log in, you will come into this page. This page shows you I have created a demo deployment. Let me open this demo deployment. It will take some time. Yeah, so this shows the demo deployment, the setup guides, the integration, and sample data. You can upload a file and you can do the integration. What you can do over here, you can manage the permissions. You can see who has access to that, what kind of services they can perform. You can monitor the stack. You can track the real-time health and performance of your deployment. You can do a backup and restore. You can also manage the indexes life cycle. So these are the things you can do over here. This is the enterprise search. Let me click on enterprise search. In the enterprise search, you can create an enterprise search index. So let me quickly create the enterprise search index here. You can use a web crawler or use a connector. You can transform, index, and sync the data from our data sources via native customized connections. You can do that, or you can simply use an API. You can use the indices. You can also go to the settings, and you can see how your deployment lifecycle goes on. You can do all those things over here, and so you can search the web crawler, search index. You can do all those things here. So let me go back. Let me also click on the search application. You can also create a first search application here. You can give the name of your search applications, and then you can define those things. Search application name. So you can select the indices. You can go to the search indices documentation as well. This is the documentation page. You can go what exactly it does. So Elasticsearch applications, search application enables the users to build the search power. So you can go through all those things. You can see how to create the enterprise search applications. You can create that. You can create a simple app, and then you can, this is the kind of this is simple APIs is there. So you can go into this documentation part, and then you can do those things. Let me go back. So you can also go to the observability. In the observability, you can install the agents to the APM. You can install the, just give me a All right. So what you can do over here in the observability, you can create the alerts over here. You can define the alert matching for my search criteria. You can create the log events. You can see what are the different log events has been occurred. You can show the log stream over here. You can click here. You can see the log stream in the Kibana, like in the what are the different log streams are running. So over here, you can view the details over here. You can see the agent ID, timestamp, data stream. You can go through all those things. You can investigate. Yeah, so this is all. You can also add data. Suppose I have to add the data, I can click here and add the data as well. Just go through this video. I am doing few things. You can create the APMs and all. It's very simple over here. You can go to the AWS, Azure, whatever categories are there, integration categories are there. Let me go to the Azure. Azure Active Directories, integration is there, active logs are there. Let me go to Azure Active Directory. In the Azure Active Directory, you can see the details, how it's getting observed and all. What is the sign-in logs that created, the audit logs, sign in, audit logs, how you're trying to manage the audit logs and all. So those things are, you can go to the event tab, you can define the string, and all the explanation has been already given over here. And the blob storage account is required. So you have to just read this. This is a kind of a Terraform template is already there. You can click copy the resource manager endpoint template. You can copy it and paste it in your Terraform. I can also do it from there. These are sign-in logs is there. An example of a sign-in logs is follows. All the logs are there. Yeah. So this is the exported fields are there. So let me go back. In AWS, similarly, you can go to the CloudFront, DynamoDB, EBS. So all the services are listed over here. Let me go to the network. In the network, you can see how the Amazon NAT gateway or Amazon VPC, VPN, those things are connected. This is Elasticsearch SDK, Elasticsearch JavaScript client, .NET client, Go client. All the SDK clients are already integrated over here. Pretty easy to use. It's nothing hard and fast rules. It's very easy, no rocket science, very simple. You have the Elastic AR APM, which will be able to monitor, diagnose the complex. Let me quickly open this. Okay. Yeah, these are the descriptions already been given. You can add the Elastic APM here. You can see how it is working. You can define your APM name. There's some advanced options are there. You can select your default. If you do not want to select the default, you can change this. You can create the data retention strategy. This is a local host server configuration. You can also do this server configuration. Yeah. So real user monitoring, how you want to do the real user monitoring, you can use the particular sign. You can create the custom headers. TLS setting is also there. You can see if you can disable, enable, you can enable it. If you enable, you can define the certificate path. Is the TLS version 1.2, 1.3 or not? Yeah, so you can define those versions. You can also do the debugging setting. You can enable the debugging settings and all. You can do the tail-based sampling. If a platinum subscriber configure, if you have to have a given a licensing for that. All right. Yeah. All right, so let me quickly go into the containers. In the containers, you have the ECS, AWS, all the container instances are there. So you can do it as per your convenience. I am not showing you all the deployment. So this is the kind of deployment ID I had. I had a demo deployment. I can create my API keys and all. Let me click here. I can define my API keys and all. So these are all the API keys I have in all active. Yeah. So I have already created all these things. Let me check my ingest pipeline. These are my ingest log pipeline, crawler pipelines. I can also create a new pipeline if I required. I can create a new pipeline from my existing CAV. I can already reload it. I can ingest pipeline. Documentation is also there. You can also see the documentation part here. All right. So if I have to see the Logstash, I can also, I don't have any Logstash pipeline, but if I want, I can create a Logstash pipeline as well. Yeah. Okay. So this is the very basic things. I'm just taking you through the overview of it. All right. So this is all about the analytics. Now, if I have to come to the dashboard, I can also come into the maps. There are a lot of layers are there in the map, so you can sometimes use this. You can use your QL syntax. You can use it. Yeah, you can define the quick select and all. You can use the settings. You create the background color. You can add the custom icons. So you can do as per the requirement. You can do the full screen as well. Yeah. What I'm going is that I'm going to the dashboard. I can add in the dashboard analytics, I can add the integration part. In the integration, all these things can be created over here as well. Let's come into the canvas. Guys, I'm just showing you the service, all these services available. I'm not doing any kind of hands-on as of now. We'll do the hands-on after some time, not today. In the canvas, we have all the templates, dark presentation, light, and all the templates, and you can create your own workpad and all. So you can do all those things. You can add it from the library. Okay, you can select the different types of the log stream images, TSVs and maps and lens. You can create all those things. You can add element. So yeah, these are a few basic things you can do. Okay, this is very important, guys. Machine learning. So you do, as of now, I do not have any kind of Elastic Cloud. I don't have any kind of nodes available because I don't have I haven't configured my ML pipelines. I can create my first anomaly detection pipeline. I can create my first data analytics. I can do all those things. I was just going through this particular. I was seeing the total memory of the nodes and all. I can create my anomaly detection jobs, anomaly explorer, and then I can define my data frame analytics. So I can create all those things. Data visualizer. Let me go to the data visualizers. I can select a particular file, and I can create a file, drag and drop. I can do all those things. Pretty very simple. I can go to the data view, and I can from there also I can select the data. I can have a dummy data. Let me see if I have any other trained models or not. Yeah, these are some trained models are already there. You can download this trained model, Elasticsearch parse encoder. This is already there. Data view. You can go to the data view. You can see the files if you have any files. There's some predefined predefined data is also there. You can go to the result explorer. You can see the jobs which are running. Let me go to the overview over here, and then I can go to the notification part. Yeah, in the notification, we have all the Elastic Cloud deployment. You can see the notification, no notification is there. You can see the memory usage, what the total memory usage is left, how many nodes are there. Those things are already there. You can see the anomaly detection jobs. If you have to run a job, you can create a cloud deployment, cloud deployment, your strategies, how your deployment happens and all. I already have a demo deployment. I've done few configurations. Yeah, so I can manage my health of that. All right, so these are very simple things. Let me go to the Anomaly Explorer. In Anomaly Explorer, I can create a job here. I can refresh it after every 30 seconds. I can also define the number of the seconds it will be refreshed. I can see what are the jobs are running. I can create a single metric viewer. I can see how many metric viewers are running. I can see how the um, uh, yeah, so if there any jobs are there or not, so I can see all those things. Let me go into the data set. What is the data set they're talking about? This is a predefined data set is there. They define a problem, prepare, transform. This is a train test. This is a simple data supervised learning algorithm, how it works, how the outlier detection is happening, what is the regression and classification model, outlier detections, all those machine learning things. I'm not explaining all the machine learning things because we have already done that before. How you kind of define the problem, prepare the transformation of the data, train, test, deploy the model, and then the next steps. Let's jump into the train, evaluate, monitor, and end-to-end machine learning pipeline and Elasticsearch. This is a new thing, how you kind of train the evaluate the interface, the end-to-end machine learning model that you can do over here. You can use the API-based Elastic Enterprise. You can you can define all those things over here. This is a data set you have, Ember data set. You can download this data set. You can use the Ember malware and research data. This is a data set you have. So you can use this data set and then you can do a kind of a model. You can use this model and then you can use the API keys. This is an API key you have. You have to ingest the data. You can use the import Elasticsearch and then import streaming bulb helper. You can ingest the data. These are data ingestions. Yeah, so once the data ingestion is happening, you can see the model training. You can take the code from here. All the codes are there. You can define the data format. You can embed the email counts. You can do the model training as well. Once the model has been trained, you have to kind of evaluate the model. And if the model is evaluated, you can do the data model monitoring, how the model is performing, the data drift, and all those things. And then how you kind of deploy a supervised model and all those things. So it's a pretty good and handy thing over here. Yeah. So we can also use the transform to constant and yeah, I can use these services. Yeah. All right, so let's go back. So after machine learning, we have the graph. What happens is that graph, we can create a simple graph. We can discover the pattern and the relationship in elastic indices. If you're new to the Kibana, what you can do is that you can simply create a sample data. Just give me a minute. Nice. All right. So yeah, so this is what you can create a simple, you can create your first graph. You can discover the pattern relationship in your elastic indices. You can use the sample data. Let me click on the sample data if I'm new to the Kibana and all. So yeah, so you can start exploring your live demo environment. You can upload a file. You can simple sample data is there. Let me click on the sample data. One thing is there. You can also use the other sample data. There you can sample e-commerce order, sample flight data, sample web logs. So let me go with the sample e-commerce. Let me add this. Let me view this. You can see the ML jobs. Let me start with the discover. It's very easy to use. I find it very easy to use it. See, you can do a kind of, you can see the entire analytics over here. You can do the breakdown. You can see the fields, currency wise, category keywords. You can do a lot of things over here. You just have to play around. There are a lot of other categories and all these things are there. You can also add a field. You can see the production price, and you can dismiss something. Yeah. So you can create. You can see the field statistics. See, all the information is available. All right. Let me go back. Let me create the dashboard now. See how it looks like. It gives you all kind of information. You can see the maps. You can see the countries by order. You can see everything over here. All right. It also gives you the explanation. This dashboard contains the application. You can see, search, it, interact, the visualization, Kibana. You can read the Kibana docs as well. And go to the new tab and open the Kibana docs. The revenue stock, all these things. Now let me do one thing. Let me go into the machine learning now. You can create your own job. You can see how it works. You can go to some advanced features. You can use the dedicated indexes if you want. Let me create a job. Let me see how does it work. Let me see, jobs has already been created. Now let me view the results. No anomalies found. See, there is no anomalies with the bucket results and all those things. There's no anomalies over here. You can also edit the job sections. You can see the single metric viewer. Yeah, so this is one result you got here. Okay, so let us quickly close this, and let us jump into the canvas now. So canvas gives us a kind of very beautiful view of this, yeah, see how effectively it gives us a view. Let me go to the page 2. Yeah, you can see the images, you can do the log streams. Let me click the log streams. Yeah, see, you can see the log streams. You can also edit the panel over here, panel settings. You can edit the log stream. You can give the rename, and you can do all those things. You can edit them. See the timestamp, event date. This is an API which has been called. Yeah. You can also add some elements if you want. You can add some charts and all. Let me add the bubble chart. I have to define the data, preview the data, and then I can elaborate that. See, this bubble chart came up with this data. Yeah. All right, so let me go into the map now. You can do a lot of things. I'm not, you just have to play hands around with it. That's it. See, yeah. You can see the entire information over here. You can also customize the information as per your requirements. You can do all those things. You can go to the settings. You can go to the full screen. You can save it. You can add layer if you want. You can add the country if you want to see only a specific country, only by say by United States. You can fit to the data. You can hide layer. You can remove layer, clone layer. So you can do all those things here. Pretty simple. It's very, very simple to use. Very simple. All right. So this is done. Now let's jump into the this is show you the visualization library. You can go to the dashboard application. You can see the description of the things you have done. It will show you the transaction per day, markdown, show the table, it will show you the metric, it will show the time series. Yeah. So this will give you the every kind of information you want. You can also kind of do some, you can do an aggregate by average, cardinality count. You can create the different aggregate statistical ratios of statistical tools. You can use them. You can make it custom. You can go to the kind of how you want to use it. You can create the multiple templates if you require. Yeah, so this is what you can do here. Let me go to the infrastructure. I believe I have all, let's go to the monitors. In the monitors, you can create a monitor host, you can define the URL, create a single web page browser monitor. So let me create a website. Let me take this. Let me take this website. If I have to monitor some website, I can create the monitor. I can configure my alerts are not being sent, so I can configure the alerts. Where can I add Elastic Cloud SMTP have been selected. I can default email. I can also create an email ID. I can create myself. I can give my email ID. I can select myself as well. And give it the locations. I can give it the global parameters. I can give it the data retention. I can give it the project API keys and all. I can also create a general project API keys and all these things. This is my API key. I can define all those things. Yeah. So this is how you use this. Workplace search. You can also search the workplace. You can define the organization sources. You can add organization sources. User. You can invite the users. You can create the API. Security is very important. Go to the security. You can enable what are the different kind of authentication standard private sources. You can enable, disable all those things. You can go to the settings. You can save the organization name. You can go to the user roles and responsibilities. You can enable the user-based access policies over here. There is authentication and authorization policies over here mostly. And so you can create a role mapping here. You can add a new user. There is a role-based all these users, super user over here. I'm a super user over here. So enterprise search workplace admin. I'm the admin user. So you can add a user. You can define the admin. You can create a new user. You can define the username and all. You can assign all the groups and policies. So you can do all those things. SMTP configuration provided, you can go there, you can configure all those things. You can email account. This is a local mail service example. You can create all those things. Gmail, for Gmail, you can define this thing, this policies and all, port number, SMTP Gmail account and all. So very simple thing, go to the API keys. You can see what is the API keys here. This API, don't share these API keys everybody. It's only for the deployment, but you can also create your API keys. See the groups, you can see the sources, you can see how the overview, your workplace search works and all. Security, you can go to the security, you can go to the Kibana security, you can see how it's secure it is. Let it open once it. You can also go to the data exploration, data ingestion policies. You can use the 300 integration. There are more 300 plus integration is there. Steaming logs, metric traces. You can do API, go to the API languages. You can ingest the pipeline logs. I have shown you the custom logs. You can see the dev tools. Let me go to the dev tools. This is a dashboard for your security, how secure it is, detection and responses, Kubernetes, cloud security postures, data quality. You can all see your data quality. You can do the data mapping and quality. You can see the entity analytics and all. You can see all those things. But however, let me go to the dev tools as of now. Yeah, this is your dev tools. You can send the request with the console. This is the, you can send the multiple requests. This is your post request with the KBN. Yeah, so you can do the dev tools. You can go to the console. This is the console. This is the search profiler. This is the debugger. This is your lab, painless labs and all those things. Yeah, so everything is. But yeah, so these things are there. You can create all those things. You can go into the variables. This is, yeah, but for using this, you have to understand how the DevOps profile works. So once you are aware of the DevOps thing, they'll be able to kind of use this. But however, this is pretty much simple. You can see the cloud security postures overview. Go to the intelligence. You can see how intelligently threat intelligence. You can create a threat intelligence integrations and all. That will be keeping your entire Elastic environment, completely secure. You can abuse CH. You can use the alt vault, OTX, anomaly. These are all your integrations. These are all your integration framework, threat intelligence utilities, rapid 7 threat command, record future. So you can use these things to keep your integration highly secure. You can go to the Explorer, you can see the network, host, users. You can go to the timeline, you can go to the uses, cases. Timelines, let me go through the timelines. Timeline will show you the actions or the descriptions of the, you can create a new timeline to show you the, yeah, so this will, you can create the alerts. And you can see the tree map. All right, so this is fair enough as of now. In the next video, I'll show you the installation of the Elasticsearch, how you can install the Elasticsearch and all. We'll go into the, this is the dashboard. Let me go into the home. Over here, you can see the setup guides. You can see how the sample data, you can upload a file, you can merge the permission, monitor the stack, backup and restore. You can do a lot of things, a hell lot of things you can do. I'll do the installation, how I'm trying to building an application of the use of Elasticsearch, how we're trying to do the observability and how we're doing security. A lot of things are there. Let me go to this home now. You can go to the dev tools, you can go to the stock management. You can also, there's something called your GitHub. You can also go to the if issues in GitHub, you can click your GitHub. Like I have my Git integration, so you can go to the accessibility issue, bug report and all. You can ask the questions here. So you can integrate your Git, you can ask Elasticsearch, you can give feed, you can go to the Kubernetes documentation, setup guides, you can open the setup guides, you can see how we can create the application in Elasticsearch. Suppose I want to build an application in Elasticsearch, what I'll do is that I'll go with this. Yeah. I can create the language analyzers, and then I can use all those things. I can install my Elasticsearch over here in my local machine. I can do those things. I can do the installations, and then post the installation, I'll be able to create all the services. Yeah. So this is what as of now, nothing much as of like account and billing is very important. You can see what is the services you have. This is for me, as of now, I'm the organization owner for these services. I can invite the members, I can leave the organizations. I can also see the contacts, the billing options, how my billing would be. I can create the domain allow list. I can allow a domain from the particular, I can add the multiple domains. You can do a lot of things. This is my organization ID. Yeah. This is Elastic Cloud. This is your event portal. You can also go to the learning portal if you're even new to it. You can learn some kind of courses on Elastic. They have some training videos and all. You can go through those training videos. Yes. You can see how you can start your journey. Elastic free trainings are there. You have your classes, events, Elastic training schedule. You can create a training schedules. You can create these certifications. If you want to create some certifications, you can create. These are 3 certifications available. This one, it costs around 400 USDs. 300, this one costs 300 USDs, and this is also 400 USDs. This cost around. You can select on demand is okay. So this is an on demand, this is a virtual. So you can go and select all these training programs, and there's some free trainings that are also available. You can go and see and then implement. These are fundamental trainings, observability fundamentals, app search fundamentals. I had already shown you these videos. There's nothing much left. You can also play around with it. These are the free trainings. You can see the pricing. You can see the free trial and downloads. There's some services that are available. You can download those things. You can click here. Yeah. You can deploy an Elastic Cloud. You can download the Elasticsearch. You can download the APM server. You can deploy the cloud. You can download the Elasticsearch. Let me go and download it. Yeah, I can download it. I'm using a Mac, so I'll download here. I'll not show the downloads now because I have already downloaded all those things, so I don't want to kind of download it. But yeah, you can go to the here. You can do the installations part. The guide is there, doc is there. You just have to follow simple guidelines. Nothing much is there. There's no much rocket science here. You can create a cloud deployment. You can create a cloud deployment. This all the steps has been shown. Very simple. There's nothing much here. very 5-6 steps, and you can start off with your elastic mapping and aggregation. You can keep on a query long. You can do a hell lot of things with it. So that's all as of now, guys. I will not take much time. I will stop my video here. We'll start with the hands-on maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.